Jade, and this is That's Life Unfiltered. Today, I want to talk about healing yourself before you get into a healthy relationship. I went to see my therapist the other day. I'm not afraid to say that. I see a therapist. I mean, I think it's very good for people to talk to someone. If you've ever had any sort of trauma in your life, if you've ever had anything that has kind of affected you in a major way, I think that it's a positive thing that you go and speak to someone. There's a huge stigma around it. I don't give a shit. I've never really cared about how people thought of me, and I know that it's doing good for me. So, sorry, that's a long sidebar, but yes, I see a therapist. I was speaking to my therapist the other day because I went through something not too long ago where I started to get these really bad panic attacks, like anxiety attacks, to the point where my chest felt like it was gonna explode. I would start crying for no reason. So as I was speaking to my therapist, we kind of went back to why this happened to me in the first place. I said to her, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a good place in my life. I have a wonderful husband who loves me so much and treats me so well, and I have two beautiful boys. Like, there's not many things that are really bothering me. I also thought back to a situation where I did sort of break down in talking about something from my childhood. Now, just to give you a little backstory, when I was younger and dealt with certain situations, it wouldn't necessarily affect me that much. For some reason, as a child, even a very small child, 4 or 5 years old, I was always really tough, and for some reason, no matter what was going on, I was kind of just like, okay, let's just get through it. I was an only child, and some of the things that I dealt with as a child, I guess now I know, really affected me. But it literally was not until a conversation came up a couple weeks ago. I am about to be 33 years old, and like I said, these things went on back when I was about 4 or 5, like around that age. And so, all this time, I've never dealt with those emotions that I had inside of me as a child. But more so than that, I never even knew that I had those feelings. But now, here I am about to be 33 years old. They came out of me out of nowhere after speaking about something so simple about my childhood. So I did bring this to my therapist's attention, and I said, why am I feeling this way now after over 25 years? And she said the darnest thing, and it made so much sense. Now, at 32 years old, in my situation, I feel like I'm in a comfortable spot, and I feel like I'm in a very stable spot, and I do have a great support system around me. And that defense mechanism that I had even as a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, that wall that I put up, I feel comfortable enough now to sort of bring it down because I feel stable. And now that I'm for once feeling like I'm in such a stable environment, that defense mechanism is drifting away, and here goes the floodgate of everything that I've never dealt with. So today I say to you, if you have dealt with some difficult things in the past, if you've dealt with some sort of trauma in your childhood, in your young adulthood, at any point in your life, deal with that. And in whatever way you feel comfortable with, if you feel comfortable speaking to someone about it, a professional, then by all means do that. Don't worry about what anyone says about you doing that. If you feel like, you want to give it to God, I'm big with speaking to God, I'll give him a lot of my problems, and probably a huge reason why all of this time I have been able to deal with it within myself. Write it down. Whatever way that you need to handle it, make sure that you deal with it, because now look at my case. I feel good about where I am right now in life. You know, nothing's perfect, of course. I'm not in a perfect situation. There's so many things that I want to do and so many things that I still need to do. But I feel like I am in a very comfortable place, meaning that my heart feels content. Yet, I still had this sort of breakdown and massive panic attack and anxiety attack. Before you go and try to jump into something, try to deal with those issues that you had from before. Deal with it before you get to my place where I'm feeling good over here, but I'm dealing with feelings of the past. It's okay to say, I need help. Someone, help me. If you're going through something, you need to make sure that you're all right. As soon as I started to feel these feelings, what I felt like would help me, I made sure to go ahead and do that, because of the fact that I have people around me that they need me. They need my help. They need for me to be healthy. I have 2 young boys. I have a husband. I have family members and friends that come to me with different things, and they need for me to be all right. I need me to be all right. Now I have all of you that are watching, and I want to be that positive word that you hear in the back of your mind, who is helping to push you forward and helping you to elevate. I want to show you that you can pull positivity out of whatever it is that you're going through. It's important for you. It's important for the people around you. You can't help someone unless you have already helped yourself. If you are not stable, then you can't help someone else to be stable. So I urge you today to just keep it in the back of your mind. If you know that you have dealt with anything that has caused you some trauma, has, affected you in any certain way, and maybe you don't even feel anything about it too much right now, but you know that it happened, and every now and then maybe you think about it, but it doesn't really affect you that much. Whatever the case may be, deal with it. Make sure that you deal with it. Peace. Be well. Stars shine.